Thanks very, very, very much for coming indeed tonight. I hope you get a lot out of tonight. Obviously the purpose of it is to network. I mean, hearing that hum of conversation then, it paid me to obviously have to stop and get my dulcet tones. But tonight is about generating some interest in yourself as a brand you. And we've got some exceptional speakers on tonight. First of all, I'm going to do a 10-minute presentation, if that's okay. And you're going to be my guinea pigs. And on my life, I first looked at PowerPoint 2 days ago. I didn't even know where to find it on the computer or anything. Andrew just told me how you scroll through the slides about 5 minutes ago. Yeah. So I think networking events for me, I was always quite anti-networking in many ways. Didn't really like to turn up, felt a bit uncomfortable talking about myself. And the more I sort of went through the process of going to networking events, they became more interesting to me from the point of view that things actually started happening from going there, rather than just turning up and sharing some ideas and, yeah, let's keep in touch, etc. And then sort of everything fizzling out. I tended to sort of become a bit of a convert from the point of view that there's so much good in other people, and there's so many sort of equally professional and ambitious people that you meet. I just feel that networking events are the way forward. I think BNI's subscription figures have shot up in the last year, and that's because people have realised that you can't just be me anymore. You've got to share a little bit of the the experiences you've got with other people, and to show an interest in them as well, and that's what tonight's about.
I actually had a very brief phone call from Nick saying, can you come along and give a talk? And I kind of thought there'll be half a dozen people and turn up. It's a bit like Madonna at an O2 gig, except I'm not Madonna and I don't sing as wine. So it's just an impromptu, I suppose, just a kind of brief talk. And really, for those of you who, perhaps like I was in the past, have never considered self-employment, hopefully just to raise your awareness and make you a little bit inquisitive, and hopefully that you can then go on and kind of seek some additional support or just a conversation, because it's kind of a viable option. And by way of a background, so my name's Amanda Wilson, I work with Blue Orchid, and Blue Orchid are quite simply one of those organisations, when we contact Business Link and say, I'm thinking of starting up a business, Blue Orchid, Prince's Trust, Train 2000, those kinds of organisations are the ones that you'll then send through to. And we at the moment cover, it feels like world domination, because we started out in Liverpool, but we're now Manchester, Cheshire, Wigan, kind of all over the place really. And the way that we do what we do, and why I'm so passionate about it, is our team of business advisors, who include myself, have all been self-employed. So lots of different backgrounds, but we've all been there and done it in totally different kinds of businesses. Some have been successful, some have taken a couple of times to go there. And what we believe passionately is that becoming self-employed is as much an emotional decision as it is a practical decision. So we're really, really good at all of those, I sometimes think boring things, but necessary things about tax and business planning.
Right, firstly, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Now you'll notice from the accent, it's not a Derbyshire accent. I actually herald from Liverpool, just up the road. I moved to Derbyshire 10 years ago. As I say, I met Nick, very much like yourselves, unemployed. I was made redundant working for a large corporation. In that time, I've had a dabble at self-employment. I didn't get much support, not that it was Blue Orchid or anyone like that. And I've continued with basically some of my own projects, which you'll see a lot of tonight, and I'm not going to steal anyone's thunder because that's coming later. And one of them is networking. You've all heard of Twitter, everyone's heard of Facebook, they've heard of LinkedIn. There are many others, different ones throughout Europe. There's Delicious and other things like that. And I've become a bit of a self-confessed expert in terms of the sort of social media, as it's called. Now, one of the things I do know, that I was talking to a medical supplies company, and they've got a particular product that they were looking to launch. I have some expertise and some value because I know hospitals that will help them. Yeah, it'll make them some money, so it has a financial value for them. And my approach to them would be to say, well, I have some knowledge of who buys, how they buy, and when they buy. That has a value to them. So this is a good area to start looking at, companies who are medical supply companies who supply hospitals. There's an opportunity for me to add value of who I am, i.e. the personal brand, in my experiences in working life, whether that's employed or self-employed or again looking for work. And that particular map there could go on and on and on in terms of the first stage, because there's a lot more different aspects in the supply hospital. I've kept it very, very simple in terms of just exploring what you can.